jest Radio Szczecin.
Radio Szczecin. So this is Curtis Harding on Radio Szczecin. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Prague is really beautiful.
Yes, it is. I like it.
Yeah, because we are in Prague, but I am from Szczecin in Poland, and you've been to Poland, right?
I have. I played a show with Lenny Kravitz there more recently, in 2018 at the Terran Arena. Yeah, yes.
I guess it was more or less in crossing, so you didn't have a chance to actually see a lot of Poland. Do you have a chance to, sightsee in Europe? You are right now on a tour.
No, not really. Not enough. We just had 2 days off in Berlin, so that was nice. I took the first day and kind of hung out and saw the city. But usually we just have like travel days, and then it's a show, and then there's another show, then there's another show, then there's a travel day. If we're lucky, we get like 2 days off. If we're really lucky, we get 3 days off. Yeah.
Once you said that somebody asked you about your favorite place in Europe, and you said Portugal. Does it still stand?
Yeah, though we haven't been to Portugal on this run. I just like Portugal a lot. But I like all of Europe, Just get like anywhere that there's a beach, a really nice beach, and I'm cool with. And the food is really good, and the wine is really good.
That's true. And you are here in Europe promoting your new record, If Words Were Flowers. And I read somewhere that you actually had the record done before the pandemic, but then it changed. So what actually changed because of the pandemic, in the shape of the whole album?
Well, I took some songs off, and then I had more time to kind of just like refine the album. So some of the content changed as the social climate changed. It wasn't anything that I really planned. It just kind of happened that way. So yeah, the record kind of took on like a more social commentary of what was happening in the world and in the States and like in my neighborhood. The music, it seems to me to be a lot more, there's a lot more space on this album. And I think that's because like my environment at the time was really quiet and open. So I would hear like almost like natural orchestration from areas of the city. So I think it played a part into like how the record sounds as well too.
Talking about space and the sound of the record, if we compare it to your debut album, there we have like more of the garage rock vibes. And this album is like more calming. The song I Will Let You Down, it has a soothing quality. So is it like because of what's going on around us, or maybe it says something about the place that you are in right now?
Yeah, I think that's hence the flowers. It has a calming vibe because that was me, just trying to give some sort of wishful thinking towards people, or towards myself even, towards family, towards friends. And that's just the way I was feeling, It's just like in a world of chaos when things are going array, it's just like the sentiment is I'm going to be here for you no matter what. So that's what came out.
When the album was announced, the title, If Words Were Flowers, I thought that it's like a really beautiful phrase. And I heard that it is actually inspired by something that your mother used to say.
Yeah, she would always say, give me my flowers while I'm here. She didn't necessarily mean literal flowers, but, it just means just honor her while she's around. Don't wait until she's dead to put flowers on her grave. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of took that sentiment and just applied it to my words, to people, my music, to my family, to my friends, to strangers, just like giving it to people while I'm here, while they're here. So that's where the title came. Yeah,
because as you say, flowers can be in a way like a way of appreciation for somebody or celebration. But also I think it leaves a lot of place for interpretation, because you say if words were flowers, so they aren't necessarily. Yeah, I mean that words can be opposite from flowers, like maybe a weapon, positive or negative. Is it like also what's there?
Yeah, I think drawing your own interpretation from that is what it's about too. I mean, even lyrically in songs that I write, if a song does something for you, and it means something for you, then who am I to take that away? Like I think that's a beautiful thing. That's the beauty of art. Like everyone can have their own interpretation of what something means to them. I hope that people take things in a positive sense, but whatever.
All right. And if we're talking about words, you are a man we can say, connected towards for most of your life. But I also know that before you were working on the songs that we hear right now on the albums, you were actually writing rap lyrics with your sister?
More or less. She was writing first. She mainly was like one of the inspirations for me to start writing and getting into music really heavy, because she was rapping with her friends and singing with her friends like when I was really, really young, and I would observe them. They would win like talent shows, and they would be on like local TV station broadcasts and stuff. So that was really inspirational. So it kind of inspired me to want to do the same. But I've only written with her a couple times. We've sang together on numerous occasions when we were young in church and stuff. But yeah, she was definitely an inspiration for me to start writing and making music.
Because you were in a hip-hop band, right? But also in a garage rock band. And I was wondering, was it like you going after all your different interests in music, or you searching for your place in music?
Yeah, I just like a lot of stuff. So I have to get my kicks off in different ways in different areas. And I like to combine everything that I like in order to like make something new. But for me, like the foundation of what I do is always the same. I just like to add on top of that foundation with different styles and different genres. I think it's fun. Like, you know, it's explorative, and it keeps everything fresh and new.
Talking about the beginnings, you were connected to the Atlanta stage. And when you're talking about creativity and trying out different styles, it is like, in a way, connected to Atlanta being like a melting pot for music. And, you know, playing with Cee Lo Green or Outkast, what did this scene give to you musically?
Just that. It helped me to realize that I don't have to just do one thing. You know, like, again, like you said, the community there is so diverse, and it's a melting pot of just like different music and different styles, and we all kind of hang out together in the same places. So it just allowed me just to realize is that I can do whatever I want to do as long as it's honest and I'm trying to express myself openly and it's good. So that's what it has to be on top of everything else. But yeah, that's exactly what it does, just to be yourself, do what you like to do.
Is it true that you were in the studio when Gnaz Buckley recorded Crazy? Did you think that this song would be so big?
I knew it was going to be big when I first heard it. Yeah, I was there. I was there for like probably 85-90% of that recording of that first album. And it was crazy to see history in the making like that. I still have some of the original lyrics from those sessions. Like, I got them framed, but yeah, it was great.
So the original lyrics were different?
No, I'm just saying I have like the notepad from where Cee Lo was writing the lyrics. I took those. I framed them.
He was probably
No, he would leave them all the time. I was like, dude, don't leave these just like laying in the studio, because someone's going to take them. So I figured better me than just like some stranger, you know?
Yeah, sure. And talking about people you worked with, you also are lucky regarding working with great female vocalists, because just recently you had a song with Jazmine Sullivan, but also if we go back to your second album, there is Amber Mark, who wasn't really known at that time maybe, but now the debut album, have you followed her and her music?
Yeah, I love Amber. Like, she's amazing. Like, and her new records are just like beautiful, man. But totally, I knew that she was going to be a force to be reckoned with when I first heard her and heard her style. So yeah, Amber, and she added like another layer to Face Your Fear, which was beautiful. And hopefully I get to work with her again in the future. But yeah, Jazmine Sullivan, I mean, I've been a fan of Jazmine Sullivan for years. Like, she's like amazing, incomparable. Like, the voice is just insane. So yeah, that was a blessing to be able to work with her as well too.
So how did it actually happen that you worked together? Like, did you plan to do it?
Well, I wrote the song and they sent it to her, like my management and Riot Games, and she liked the song and wanted to get on it, and the rest is just history. She sang her part, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta re-sing my part, because she just killed it. But it was, yeah, she took the song to like a whole nother level. But yeah.
You once said that you are always working on something, but after putting out the records, are you still working on something new right now?
Always. I mean, it's never really just like a project. It's just, I'm just constantly just either writing or just curating songs. And then sometimes I'll just be like, okay, now I have enough material for a project, you know, and then I'll start picking and piecing things together. Sometimes I go into it like conceptually, but for the most part, it's just like I'm just always just writing something. I'm either writing something or just like trying to put something together, like put a band together or anything, you know, just trying to keep my wheels turning and stay as artistic as I can. It's important, especially when you're on tour, because it's just every day is kind of the same. So just like any time you can put some sort of like wrench in the machine of like monotony, it's just good, you know.
Well, I guess it doesn't have to always be music, right? Because you once said, I guess like 5 years ago maybe, that you want to see how to make a film. And since then you were also acting. But like, have you learned how to make a movie? Do you plan to do something like that?
I've seen that it's a lot of work. So for me to say that I know how to make a film would be taken away from someone who actually knows how to do it. So no. But I have learned that acting is a passion of mine, and I'll be doing a lot more of that. Maybe one day in the future, I'll make a film. Start with a short film, a very short film.
Yeah, because it also may be like a great way of expressing yourself. I mean, Questlove, after so many years playing music, then he did Summer of Soul.
Yeah, Summer of Soul is great. Just being able to have that footage resurface after years and years of like not being seen, and not even, I've heard like an interview where he didn't even believe it himself that actually happened and took place. So for him to find that, to get it, edit it, put it out, so the world can see that this actually happened, was beautiful. So thank you, Questlove, for that.
Well, yeah, it's unbelievable that for 50 years nobody's seen it, right? It's like...
And that the footage survived like that, and it's beautiful, and it sounds great. Like, it's crazy, yeah.
But anyway, on the cover of your record, you are wearing a Gucci suit, right? Are you much into fashion?
More so in the style. Fashion is great. I know a little more about fashion before, but I'm like a style person. I like personal style, and I like when people can kind of just like make their own thing out of something that's not too expensive and it just looks great. But Gucci is nice too, you know, like high fashion, and I think that there's an art and a beauty to that. For like Alessandro to take something that looks retro and bring it into like the present and make it relevant now, is like, that's art, that's beautiful. So I really appreciate that. Yeah.
All right, and coming back from style to your music, I guess there is like this theme that we can find in your songs. I can call it like detaching yourself from the troubles, you know, letting go, not to worry. And it can actually be heard in a few of your lyrics. And I think it's really healthy, but it's also easier said than done, probably. And
it's also not healthy sometimes. To detach yourself from your issues, as opposed to like not dealing with them. I mean, that's what like songs like Castaway is about. That was on my first record. It's about like not really dealing with your issues in order to maintain, to get through the day or get through the week or whatever. So that's not really healthy.
Like putting them on the shelf.
Putting them on the shelf. But at the same time, you know, detachment is a survival tactic to a large degree. And a lot of people, especially a lot of impoverished people, have had to do it just to live day to day, to take care of families, you know. Because if you have a breakdown, then sometimes the whole system would just stop. The household will stop. So, but yeah, it can be positive and negative.
Yeah, and I meant in a positive way. It's also kind of difficult to do, to execute. And I was wondering, are you able to execute it in your own life? And how?
It's called meditation. So, yeah, I do meditate. People have their own ways of meditating. I think it's best that you kind of find what works for you as far as meditation, and then it makes it easy. Because you can meditate, actually, even people think you have to be in a quiet space or a quiet room or something, and that's not necessarily the truth. You can be walking down the street and like focus. It's just about like focusing on something and centering yourself. So, yeah, that's a positive form of detachment, you know.
So your perfect day off, when you're not on tour, you have like a whole day for yourself just to relax?
Yes, I love a nice massage, a hot steam room, sauna, pedicure, which I need right now. A nice glass of wine, good food, good tea, and I do like good company. Good conversation is always cool. I don't necessarily like to be in crowded spaces all the time. I think mood and lighting is very important. Smells is very important. That also helps with the meditation and the relaxation. So yes, I do.
All right, and last one. There's a song "Hopeful" on your new record. And what songs give you hope, make you hopeful?
Oh wow, that's a lot of songs. Yeah, to pinpoint one, let me think. As of recently, what have I been listening to? Oh wow, you know what? This song gives me hope, but it doesn't. The lyrics don't necessarily speak about hopefulness. It's an old song from the Mad Max soundtrack, the Tina Turner song, "We Don't Need Another Hero," from the 80s. Yeah, I mean, I love that song. That's one of my favorite songs. That song gives me hope because it's just like you're not looking for outside help. It's like you can do it yourself, you know. So to me, that's kind of inspiring and hopeful.
That's a good message to finish off.
You can do it. You can do it. Each and every one of you out there, you can do it yourself.
So I hope that you come to Poland one time again.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'll see you soon.
It was Curtis Harding on Radio Szczecin. Thank you.
Thank you. Peace, Poland.
Radio Szczecin.